Welcome, 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 fellow navigators of the literary seas. I'm your host, Otaku Tony, and you have found Straw Hat Pirate Radio, the only podcast brave enough to make the bold claim that One Piece isn't just a great story. It is, in fact, the greatest piece of fiction ever written. Yes, you heard me right. Today we are not just discussing One Piece. We're building an unassailable case for its unparalleled mastery in storytelling. Perhaps to have your perceptions challenged and your admiration for Oda's genius solidified. Let's start with the sheer audacity of the project. When we talk about the greatest, in quotes, we have to consider scale. One Piece isn't just long, it is a meticulously crafted epic that has been building for over 25 years. We're talking about over 1,100 manga chapters and 1,100 anime episodes, movies, specials, and recently a successful live action adaptation. This isn't just quality, it's quantity and quality, and consistent quality over a quarter of a century. Let's talk about breadth and depth. Think of other sprawling epics, The Lord of the Rings, A Song of Ice and Fire, perhaps even The Odyssey. One Piece stands shoulder to shoulder, if not above them, in its sheer imaginative scope. Every single island is a fully realized society with unique cultures, economies, and political structures. This isn't just background, it's essential to the narrative and essential to the master plan. And Oda has confirmed that he has the entire story planned out from start to finish. This isn't a story that he's making it up as he goes along. It is a grand tapestry where threads laid down in chapter one are meticulously woven into the fabric hundreds, sometimes thousands of chapters later. This level of foresight and sustained execution is virtually unheard of in any other fiction. Now let's move on to character depth. Humanity at its most vibrant is where One Piece shines here. The Straw Hats themselves, they're not just a collection of archetypes. They're a family built on so many things, such as shared trauma, dreams, and unwavering loyalty. Each member, from Luffy to Jinbei, has a deeply explored backstory that informs their present actions and motivations. We've seen their darkest hours, their personal failures, and their incredible triumphs. Think of Robin's story in particular, witnessing the destruction of her entire homeland and living with the burden of knowledge her entire life from 8 to 30, chased and betrayed by everyone over and over and over again until she finally meets Luffy. Or Chopper's backstory, finding belonging after being ostracized for so long by so many in his home, at his home. These aren't just sad backstories. They fundamentally shape who these characters are and who they would later become. Beyond the main crew, even every single major character arc introduces characters that are so well developed they could lead their own series. Crocodile, Whitebeard, Law, Bellamy, all in their own way, incredibly human. The dynamic relationships between all of the characters, the interactions aren't static and they never have been. Relationships evolve. Characters challenge each other, and emotional resonance of their bonds feel incredibly authentic. Their friendship is unassailable. The friendship specifically between Luffy and Shanks, the rivalry between Zoro and Sanji, the mentor-mentee dynamic with Rayleigh. These are relationships that enrich the narrative beyond measure. Let's move on to our next segment, themes that transcend. It's like the universal language of One Piece. The greatest fiction would speak to universal human experiences, and One Piece delivers profound philosophical and societal commentary with a vibrant accessibility. Let's explore freedom versus control. At its core, One Piece is the ultimate ode to freedom. Luffy's dream isn't just to be the Pirate King. It is to be the freest person on the sea. This clashes constantly with the oppressive, controlling world government, forcing readers to reconsider the true meaning of liberty and the dangers of unchecked power. The weight of history and inherited will. The concept of inherited will is central. Roger's will passed to Luffy, the will of Odin passed to the scabbards. This speaks to the idea that dreams and struggles transcend generations, making us question how we honor the past while shaping the future. The Void Century is the ultimate historical mystery, suggesting history is often written by the victors. Let's explore justice and morality. Oda constantly changes and challenges our notions of black and white. The Marines aren't inherently evil, and nor are all pirates good. Characters like Smoker, Fujitora, and even some world government officials grapple with their own sense of justice, creating a nuanced moral landscape rarely seen in mainstream fiction. Let's talk about the power of dreams and overcoming adversity. Every character, from the smallest background extra to the pirate king, is driven by a dream. One Piece is a relentless affirmation that no dream is too big, no obstacle is insurmountable, and if you have the will and the friends to support you, it is an incredibly uplifting message in a complex world. Next, we're going to delve into the absolute genius of Oda's world building and narrative structure. I want to address a question from people who I talk to One Piece about. They say, what makes One Piece's world building truly superior to anything else? And this is a great question. uh, in short, it's the seamless blend of just utterly bizarre creativity with historical depth and internal consistency. It feels lived in, vibrant, and honestly infinitely explorable. It could go on forever. That's part of the narrative brilliance, his world building, and it's insane. Oda truly showcases his storytelling genius when he's weaving together elements that many other series would struggle to do. As we touched upon before, the world itself is a character. The Grand Line's bizarre geography, the unique islands like Water 7, Impelled Down, Wano, being an isolated samurai nation from the rest of the world, are not just backdrops. They are integral to the plot, to the character development, and to the overarching mysteries. The concept of devil fruits, hockey, the various factions, it's all so incredible, detailed, and imaginative. Oda could teach a foreshadowing masterclass. It is arguably his most impressive skill. Events, characters, or even single lines of dialogue from hundreds of chapters prior come back with devastating emotional impact or crucial plot relevance. The sheer number of seemingly throwaway details that later become pivotal is mind boggling. This is proof that the meticulous long term planning we discussed earlier, it rewards rereading and creates a truly immersive experience, like immense immersive experience. And people complain about pacing with One Piece. And yes, I will admit that the anime, while trying to put out amazing content and not get ahead of the manga, they did sort of stretch it out a little bit. It didn't need to be as long as it was, but they were making a new episode every day for every week for 25 years. But despite its length and despite its pacing, it rarely feels slow. Each arc has its own distinct identity, its own core conflict, and it seamlessly integrates it into the larger narrative. The pacing is kind of a masterclass in building tension, delivering catharsis, and then setting up the next grand adventure. The balance between lighthearted humor, intense action, and profound emotional beats is expertly managed. Let's talk about the oh my God moments. We all have them. Those moments where a reveal, a comeback, or a sacrifice makes your jaw drop. From Luffy punching a celestial dragon to the reveal of Ace's parentage, to Bon Clay's amazing self sacrifice. These moments are meticulously built up and perfectly executed, solidifying One Piece's place in our memories. There's an undeniable emotional resonance and enduring impact to One Piece. Great fiction makes you feel something. The greatest fiction makes you feel everything. One Piece is an emotional roller coaster. No other series consistently elicits such a wide range of intense emotions. Laughter from Luffy's antics, fear from the power of certain villains, anger at injustice, and pure, unadulterated heartbreak. The farewell to the going merry, the I want to live moment from Robin, Brooks' tragic backstory, Ace's final moments. These aren't just sad scenes. They're moments that have resonated globally, forming a shared emotional experience for millions of people. That's part of its unique, universal appeal and cultural impact. It transcends cultural barriers. The themes of friendship, adventure, freedom, and perseverance are universal. It has inspired artists, musicians, writers, and countless fans across the globe. Its influence is undeniable, shaping multiple generations of storytellers and readers. The consistency of vision for over 2 decades that Oda has maintained is an unwavering commitment to his story and to his characters. There are no major dips in quality, no retcons that undermine established lore. This consistency in delivering a compelling narrative, even as it grows in complexity and gets crazy, is a hallmark of true mastery. The fact that the story is heading towards its climax only adds to its legendary status. The anticipation, the theorizing, the shared experiences of witnessing this history unfold. It's a living, breathing epic. It's a living, breathing epic that continues to surprise and delight. When it concludes, it will undoubtedly be hailed as one of the most ambitious and successfully executed narratives in history. Now, why is it the greatest? So, why is One Piece the greatest piece of fiction ever written? It's not just one element, it's the seamless, consistent, and masterful integration of all the elements we've discussed today. It's the unparalleled scale and longevity, but on a meticulously planned foundation. It's the deeply human, emotionally resonant characters, from the Straw Hats to the most minor villains. It's the profound universal themes of freedom, dreams, justice, and the power of chosen family. It's the mind bending, creative world building where every detail matters and every location feels alive. And its narrative genius, the genius of Eiichiro Oda, has unparalleled foreshadowing. His masterful pacing and his ability to consistently deliver moments that inspire, devastate, and thrill. One Piece isn't just a story, it's an experience. It challenges everything. It challenges you. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. And it makes you believe the impossible. It's a testament to the power of imagination and the enduring human spirit. It is quite simply the magnum opus of our time. That, my friends, is my case for why One Piece stands as the greatest piece of fiction ever penned. Do you agree? Do you have another contender? Let me know.